Welcome to the DIY3DTech.com channel.
Welcome to this edition of DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, we're going to work on cutting out a piece. As you might recall from the past, when I was experimenting on the 3D printer with TPU, I printed this and it didn't have a bottom, and I really hate to waste this. So what I'm going to do is actually cut a back for this on the laser cutter and epoxy it to the back and make it to hang on a pegboard, so I'll actually be able to hang this on my pegboard. So what I'm going to do in basically CorelDRAW is just create a rounded edge square and pop a hole in the center of it and then cut it out. So anyways, I'm going to go do that, and then we'll take a look at cutting it out, because it'll only take a couple seconds for this to cut it out. So let's watch it cut it out.
Time-lapse video.
Okay, so welcome back. We just cut the, you saw it cut it out. I had to go back and cut the hole out, but I forgot to combine it in CorelDRAW. So anyways, there's the hole that mounts on the pegboard. And then the idea is what we'll do is we'll, simply mount this on here. I think you're seeing this. I'm getting this in the camera view. Like this, and then we'll just hang it on the pegboard real nice and neat. So again, I could have probably left this squared off a little bit more, but I kind of like the round and have a little bit here at the bottom. So what I've done is I've mixed up some epoxy. I let some of these fall out, so I can do this without gluing the bits in. So I'm just going to take some epoxy, and number one kind of hit each one of the corners. It won't need a lot. I'm using clear JB Weld epoxy. I'll put a link in the description below. This stuff is really good. So I love JB Weld products, period. And so I'm going to do a little bit here in the center of both the top and sides. Again, you don't need a ton, because it's really going to kind of hold it in place. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go inside the center here, hit a couple spots inside here, just to kind of use up all the epoxy, and hit a few places in the center. I think that's getting about there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move that out of the way a little bit, and then kind of line it up and drop it in place. I'm going to wiggle it around a little bit so it gets it and make sure I'm good on both sides, and it roughly looks like I am. And so anyways, in about 10 minutes or so, that'll be set up. I can put the pieces back on. I can hang it on my pegboard, and I have a great hex bit holder. So hopefully this was interesting. Again, kind of shows one of the things I wanted to do with this, although I could have, reprinted this and everything else and add a backing, and I may actually do that and actually put a backing on it like this so it can be hung on a pegboard. However, what I did want to show in this video is a little bit of the combination of the two technologies, laser cutting and 3D printing, coming together to make something like this. So again, there's a couple different ways you can do things. However, the one thing really about this channel is I want to bring together 3D printing, laser cutting, and CNC machining, because I think that triad really makes it interesting for not only the home hobbyist but the home manufacturer. Because as I've said before in these videos, one of the things I want to do is bring this, and I'm actually very close to launching it, into a little bit of a commercial realm, and I want to kind of show how this can be done. So if you have questions about turning this hobby into a business, hey, let me know down below. In my real day job, I do on a very, very big scale a lot of business creation, etc. So again, this is a little bit of a hobby, and one of the things that I'd like to do, and maybe in a few years when I retire, is really focus on a home-based manufacturing business to create specialty products or niche products. And again, I think the market will just grow simply huge for this, and maybe I'll do a video talking about that, because it's a little bit about what I do in my day job, is look at what technologies are coming in the future. So anyways, hey, if you found this interesting, give it a thumbs up. You got questions, let me know below. If you got specific things you'd like to see, hey, again, let me know below. Cheers, and see you in the next video.